Today we're talking inflation and easy ways that you can fight inflation. It is through the roof. I feel like everything is so expensive nowadays, from groceries to gas prices to eating out. Everything has just grown so much. I went to the grocery store the other day and bought vegetable oil to make a cake, and I remember it being $1 and change, and it was over $5 for just a basic bottle of vegetable oil, which is absolutely insane. Everything is getting more expensive. So there are some things that we can do to combat that inflation and to be more mindful of our spending and how we are budgeting our money. So today we're going to talk about 10 things that you can do to save money to combat this crazy inflation that we're experiencing right now. Number one is to be mindful of your budget. Be in your budget. One easy way that your budget can creep up is your subscriptions. I love the app Rocket Money. It is an app that is free and it will help you review your subscriptions. You can see if you're overpaying subscriptions. It'll show you what subscriptions you have, and all right, maybe we don't need all of these streaming services. Maybe we can cut it down to just 2 or 3, or we can also see where we are overpaying and just a bird's eye view of our money, which is really cool. So I personally love budgeting in Excel, but there are amazing budgeting apps as well. I'll have a bunch of them listed down below in the description, including Rocket Money, and then also my budgeting spreadsheet that I personally use every month. And it's a great way to just visually see your budget, to be in control of your budget, to be making changes throughout the month. So I personally log all of our purchases every few days. That way I can see throughout the month, okay, we're going a little over in groceries. Let's cut back this week. Or, okay, we need to cut back on eating out. Versus at the end of the month, when you log everything, you're like, oh, well, we went over budget, too bad, and it is what it is. So if you're logging your purchases every few days, every week, then you can rein it in before it's too late and before the month is over. And hello, Piper. I also have a free impulse spending checklist that you can download that has some good questions to help you decide, is this something that I need to purchase right now? Is this something that I can put on a wish list for Christmas? And really help you make those money decisions. So it'll be totally free. Download in the description. You definitely want to download it. And I also have a full article on today's topic as well on fighting inflation. So it'll be linked in that article, but definitely check it out. I go a little deeper into some of these as well. I also want to say I'm sorry if I am taking a lot of breaths or sound like I'm out of breath. I am pregnant and it's really hard for me to talk and to breathe. So please bear with me. I am a little out of breath because of this baby inside my tummy. So please bear with me. But moving on, number 2 is to have your savings in a high yield savings account. If you're having your savings or your emergency fund in just a traditional bank or just your checking account, it's not doing anything for you. Now, I personally believe that we should all be investing, and I don't believe to only invest after you're out of debt, but we should be investing now and having our money in index funds, different things like that to help our money grow. But our emergency fund and our general savings, our general month-to-month money, I personally keep ours in a savings account, a high yield savings account, so that it's earning me money. I get over $200 a month just on our emergency fund every single month. There's 2 banks that I love and I use personally. CIT Bank is one of them. CIT Bank has a high yield savings account. They have 2 different tiers that I recommend. The first one is the CIT Savings Connect account. And that one, you are able to deposit with $0. So make your first deposit and you're going to be earning money. I think it's 4.35% right now, APY. And then they have one that's for over $5,000 that you put in. If you put in over $5,000, you're going to get more interest. So that is the Savings Platinum account. And I personally keep ours in the Platinum because we have over $5,000. But if you have under, then definitely do the Savings Connect account. And that way you're going to be earning money on your money. Every single month, you're going to see that you're earning more and more interest because it's compounding. So next month, you're going to be earning interest on the money you put in plus your interest. And then it's going to compound more each month. They're totally safe, totally FDIC insured, and they're amazing. Then there's also Ally Bank. Ally Bank we also use as well, and Ally Bank, they're having a promotion right now for a $100 bonus. So if you open up an account and then you make 3 automatic deposits, I have a video that walks you through how to do it. So 3 automatic deposits, then you're going to get a $100 bonus, which is really exciting. Now, the downside with Ally is, yes, you do get this $100 bonus, but it is a little bit lower interest. So it's not quite as high as CIT Bank. It is a little bit lower, but you do get that $100 bonus. So it just depends on which one you would prefer. And Ally does have some really cool features that CIT Bank doesn't have, like the savings buckets, where you can have different categories of your savings. So you can have your emergency fund, then you can have a vacation, then you can have sinking funds or house fund or whatever, and you can have them all in different buckets. I personally keep all of ours together and then I just separate in Excel. So that's just how my brain works, but you can totally use whichever one you prefer. So I'll have them both linked down below for you in the description and then also in the article. But a great way to fight inflation is by having your money work for you in both index funds and investing, and then also in a high yield savings account. So that way you're earning some money on your money. The third way to fight inflation is to have a side hustle. I personally believe that everyone should have some form of side hustle in addition to their day job. I don't think that anyone should rely only on their day job for their income. We have seen layoffs. We have seen salary cuts. We have seen just so much crazy stuff happen. And also just the mindset of when you're relying just on your day job, it is a lot harder to move jobs. It's a lot harder just to have, you're just more stressed. But when you have extra income coming in, it's amazing just the relief that you have of, you know what? It's okay. We have a couple $100 coming in every month. We have a couple $1,000 coming in every month extra, and we can breathe a little bit more. So I personally am super passionate about online side hustles, online businesses, rather than going out and door dashing or picking up a second job at like a store or something like that, a retail store. But online side hustles are amazing. So what I mean by online side hustle is becoming a virtual assistant, doing a YouTube channel, writing a blog, starting a podcast, doing consulting or coaching, creating a course, selling digital downloads for passive income. There's so many ways that you can make money online. I'm actually starting a new one right now of selling stock photos online. I'm still testing it out, but online side hustles are amazing. So I have tons of videos. I have a whole other YouTube channel just on online businesses and online side hustles, so check that out. I also have a free download that if you're unsure of which one is best for you, it's a free like workbook, ebook that's going to walk you through and ask you questions to help you decide what online business is best for you. And by the end of it, you're going to know, okay, this is the one that I want to go with. These are my top 2, and then you can move on from there. So I'll have that linked for you as well. But I urge you to start an online business, start an online side hustle, make money from home, make money in addition to your day job. It is amazing just the relief that you have. And this YouTube channel started out as that for me 8 years ago, back in 2016. And now it's my full-time business. Now I've quit my job. I do this full-time and it's amazing. So you never know what's going to happen. I never thought that I would quit my job and make more money from YouTube than I did for my day job, but it's amazing what happens, amazing what can come from it, you know, if you put in the work and you're dedicated and you don't quit. Number 5 way to beat inflation is to pay off high interest debt. I personally am a huge fan of the debt avalanche versus the debt snowball, of paying off those high credit cards, paying off the high interest debt. Get that out of there so that way you're not paying like 20% interest on your debt. I personally am not a big fan of debt. The only debt that we have is our mortgage. But if you do have debt, pay off the high interest. That's going to be the best like mathematical way. Now, if you have tons and tons of debt, then maybe the snowball method would be less overwhelming for you and you can see more progress quickly, but pay off that debt. Get that debt paid off, go on a debt repayment plan, figure it out, and really just nail down how you're going to pay off that debt and start making progress. I also recommend only paying off one debt at a time. So making minimum payments on all of your debts and then only focus on one at a time. Get that laser focus so that way you can get the principal down and really make huge progress versus doing like $50 here, $50 here to all of your debts. You're not really making extra progress. But if you go laser focus on one, then it's going to make a huge difference. I have a ton of videos explaining all the different debt payoff methods and different tips on paying off debt. I have countless videos. I have over 1,000 videos on this channel. So if you need content to watch, if you need motivation, definitely binge watch some of my older videos, and they're really going to help you to stay motivated and to just keep on going on your journey, because I've been there, I've been through it. It sucks, but you can push through and you can get through it. Number 5, which is one that I don't like, but it's so true, and that is to cook at home. Eat at home. Restaurants are through the roof right now. Food in general is so expensive. Even at the grocery store, it's so expensive. But you have to think about, okay, if you're going out to eat, then you have the same grocery costs, plus the markup that they have, plus the tipping on top of it, that it is just crazy expensive right now to eat out. I was talking to my husband, Jamie, a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about Chick-fil-A, and we used to eat Chick-fil-A all the time when we were dating, and it was like $7 for each of our meals. Now it's over $4 more for the same exact meal for us per person. So that's over $8 more. If we go to McDonald's, it's like $25 for the two of us. It is absolutely insane of how expensive it is. I feel like when I was in college, like that was way more expensive than even going to like a sit-down restaurant and getting a burger or something like that. Like I could get a burger for $9 at a sit-down restaurant, and now those are like $17. I'm like, that used to be like a nice fancy Chick-fil-A, or not Chick-fil-A, Cheesecake Factory meal, and now it's just absolutely mind-blowing how expensive restaurant food has gotten. So I urge you to eat at home, prepare your food at home. It's going to save you so much money. And also, you know the ingredients that are going in, you know the extra oils and the extra things that they do to make it extra yummy, but you can control the ingredients a lot more. And with shopping at home, with eating at home, I urge you to shop and compare prices. So look at the different stores, look to see what's on sale, and also look at the ingredients and look at the meals that you're making. Are the meals that you're making at home, are they crazy high ingredients with ingredients in foods like expensive meats and expensive things to prepare? So look at some cost-effective foods. Look at some foods that you can prepare them super cheap. Also, meal plan. I recently started, recently in the past year, but I started using AI to meal plan, where I will say, okay, this is what I'm doing right now. For a while, I was gluten-free. I'm working my way off of gluten-free because of my thyroid issues. But for a while, I said, okay, I am gluten-free. I don't eat fish. What can I eat? This is my budget. This is where I live. What is a whole meal plan for me? And then I can say, okay, I don't like this. Can you substitute these, and these? And then I say, okay, can you write me a grocery list? Can you stay within this budget? And it's amazing what it can spit out for you. I have a full video where I literally screen shared my screen with ChatGPT, which is free, and showed, okay, this is how I do it. This is a conversation. In the article of that video, I have the exact prompts that you can just copy and paste. But using AI to meal plan is a really cool way to take advantage of AI, the amazing aspects of AI, not the shady aspects of AI, but use that to meal plan, which is really cool. I also have a free 7-day meal plan as well with recipes and some printables for you as well, which is really fun. And I have a grocery course that is only $19, super, super cheap, typically $67, but it walks you through the basics, very basics of meal planning, shopping your pantry, how to compare prices with tons of printables, a whole workbook. It really goes into the ins and outs of how to get your grocery budget down and how to do it so that way you are enjoying the foods that you're eating and eating according to your dietary restrictions. So if you are gluten-free or if you have other dietary restrictions, how to do that on a budget as well. So definitely check it out. It's a really fun course, easy, quick course that you can go through for just $19, super cheap. Number 6 is to look for cheaper options. look around and compare prices. Don't be afraid to shop around for insurance companies. I recommend shopping around for insurance companies every 6 months for your auto insurance and really being like, okay, is this the best option? Even health insurance. I know that there are some individual brokers that you can go with for health insurance that is going to be way cheaper than what you're paying through your employer. So definitely look into that as well. Also, look into maybe leaving your cell phone carrier. I know that a lot of people are super afraid to leave their cell phone carrier. It's one of those ones that it's like, doesn't feel like it's an easy switch, but switching to something like Mint Mobile is a really great, easy switch. You can keep your phone, you can keep your phone number, and you can make that switch super, super easy, and it still has amazing coverage and data plans and all that stuff. So Mint Mobile, I think their cheapest option is $15 a month, which is absolutely crazy when insane that some people are paying like $60, $70, $80, $100 a month. $15 a month. So look into making those changes. Look into calling around. I have a full script as well on how to negotiate some of your bills, like your internet provider or your cable bill. I have a full article and script on how to do that. So definitely look into cheaper options. Also, even in the grocery store, things like frozen berries, frozen fruit is often cheaper than fresh fruit that's on sale. So if you're looking at like fresh blueberries or blackberries that are in season on sale, oftentimes it's cheaper to even go with the frozen ones. And there have been studies, now don't attack me in the comments because people have different opinions on this, but there are some studies that show that the frozen berries actually have more nutrients than the fresh ones because they're peaked and flash frozen at their like prime optimal time of their life cycle versus they may be getting a little old and losing its nutrients in the grocery store, which is really cool. So frozen berries are often cheaper. So look into comparing prices. Look into comparing it with groceries, with cell phone, with internet providers, with insurance, all of those things. Don't be afraid to compare. Don't be afraid to have those phone calls. Oftentimes it's like a 10-minute or less phone call that you're putting off for months and months and months. So put it on your to-do list, get it done this week. 7th way to fight inflation is to use cashback apps. I love cashback apps. I love using Fetch Rewards, Ibotta, Hungry, Dosh, Rakuten, Shopkick. I love them all. And my philosophy is yes, it may take a couple extra seconds or minutes to go and pre-clip a coupon on Ibotta or to go through Rakuten versus just going through the site. But my philosophy is I'm already going to be buying those products anyways. I might as well get some extra money for it. I mean, I just went and stayed at the Marriott and I ended up getting $9 cash back from just using my Rakuten plugin versus not using my Rakuten plugin, and I got $9 cash back from it. Or when I go and do a grocery pickup order at Walmart.com, I often get cash back from Walmart.com, and then I go and pick up my groceries. So I'm getting the cash back, and it may be $3 here, $5 here, but hey, that's $3 and $5 that I'm just leaving on the table. So I love using cashback apps. They're such a great way to get money back, get gift cards that you can use for Christmas or Starbucks or whatever, and you're already going to be spending that money anyways. So use cashback apps. I have tons of resources, tons of videos on them as well. Number 9 is to try a no spend week or a no spend month. And I know that these can be scary and intimidating, but doing a no spend week or no spend month is a great way to really rein in your spending. And you can do this like across the board, or you can do it in a category. This was a little extreme, but I went a whole year one time, I think it was like 2017, I want to say, where I didn't buy a single blouse. Like I didn't buy a single new shirt for my husband or myself for an entire year. And I saved so much money because I was so like prone to going to Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Kohl's and just buying a shirt because it was a great deal when oftentimes it didn't fit me in the arms or it was scratchy or whatever it was, but it was a great deal. It was only $10. I mean, you can't beat a $10 shirt, but then I had a whole wardrobe of clothes that didn't really quite fit me, or if I'm like, you know what, if I lose 5 pounds, that's going to look so good on me. No. Now I buy clothes that actually fit my body now, or I'm more intentional about investing in quality pieces. So do a no spend month, do a no spend week, or a no spend category. Say no eating out for this week, or no whatever for this week. I have a full video on the ways to do this, the different options that you have, fully explaining it. You know, you're still paying your bills, all of that. I also have a printable to keep you motivated as you go so that you can color in every day that you are staying on track, which is really fun. So that is number 9 of doing a no spend month or a no spend day or no spend week. Lastly is to compare prices. Really sit down and compare prices and look at the deals. Oftentimes I would not just like slam Ibotta, but there's been times where I'll see deals in Ibotta and I'll get $2 cash back or whatever. But oftentimes those are ones that you have to buy the name brand or you have to buy multiple, when if I'm shopping at Aldi, it's cheaper. So there are times where I can get really, really great deals at Publix with Ibotta, especially if I'm like stacking the BOGO and then the Publix in-store digital coupons and then Ibotta on top of it, and then also uploading it to Fetch Rewards, then I'm really getting great deals. But oftentimes, if I really compare, okay, all of that minus what is the generic brand at Aldi, then sometimes it's cheaper to go with Aldi. Sometimes it's cheaper to go to Publix with all the savings and everything, but compare prices. Look at the two. Also look at when they're doing like diaper deals. Sometimes it's cheaper for me to go with like the Up and Up brand or the Parents' Choice brand versus the crazy deal at Target with the Huggies, and you spend $100 and you get $10 cash back or whatever it is. So definitely compare out the prices. Oftentimes it is cheaper to buy generic, but sometimes it's not. So don't always assume it's going to be cheaper or generic, and don't always assume that with the coupon it's going to be cheaper. Definitely check out the article down below and all of the resources that I mentioned in the description box, and let's keep the conversation going. If you want to know the ins and the outs of CIT Bank and how it works, all the behind the scenes, check out this video here. And if you want to see, is Mint Mobile worth it? Are they legit? What is the scoop on Mint Mobile for your cell phone carrier? Check out this video here.